Let's talk about what's happening in Sudan.
Rival forces remain locked in a power struggle despite international calls for a ceasefire.
$3 billion in aid is needed to help Sudan's refugee crisis. Around 1 million people have been displaced after intense fighting broke out a month ago.
Fighting broke out in Sudan in mid-April. We've seen it on the streets and in the sky.
Daring evacuation of the American embassy in Sudan. More than 400 people have died, close to 4,000 wounded.
A land rich with history and diverse cultures finds itself grappling with a multitude of political, economic, and humanitarian issues. What are we talking about? We are talking about the Republic of Sudan, facing complex challenges and political unrest. But what exactly led to this crisis? How did the secession of South Sudan impact the nation? And what are the underlying factors fueling the social unrest and political instability? We will answer all your questions in this video. In this video, we will unravel the intricate layers of the Sudan crisis, exploring its causes, implications, and the ongoing efforts to bring about a positive change.
The Sudan crisis has been making headlines globally, capturing the world's attention. But let's start with the basics. What is the Sudan crisis? The Sudan crisis refers to a series of complex political, economic, and humanitarian challenges faced by the Republic of Sudan, a country located in northeastern Africa. To truly understand this crisis, we must first grasp its underlying causes. Sudan has experienced long-standing tensions related to governance, ethnic divisions, and economic disparities. The country has a diverse population comprising Arab, African, and Nubian ethnic groups, each with its own cultural and political aspirations. These divisions have been sources of conflict and power struggles, leading to a fragmented political landscape. The crisis was further exacerbated by the secession of South Sudan in 2011. Following a referendum, South Sudan gained independence, taking with it majority of Sudan's oil reserves and crucial sources of revenue. The loss of oil revenues significantly strained Sudan's already fragile economy, as oil had been a major driver of economic growth and development. So what about the political front of this crisis? In addition to economic challenges, Sudan has witnessed social unrest and political instability. Citizens have demanded greater democracy, inclusive governance, and an end to the authoritarian rule. President Omar al-Bashir, who came to power in a military coup in 1989, maintained a tight grip on the country for 3 decades. His regime was marked by human rights abuses, economic mismanagement, and corruption. The culmination of long-standing grievances and economic hardships led to widespread protests and demonstrations across the country. Beginning in December 2018, citizens took to the streets, demanding political change and socio-economic reforms. The protests, led by a diverse coalition of activists, professionals, and ordinary citizens, gained momentum and spread nationwide. After months of sustained demonstrations, the protest reached a turning point in April 2019. Military, under pressure from the public and international actors, ousted President Omar al-Bashir. This marked a significant shift in Sudan's political landscape, opening up possibilities for a transition to a more inclusive and democratic system of governance. Following al-Bashir's removal, a transitional government was established in Sudan, comprising civilian and military representatives. The Transitional Military Council initially took control, but negotiations between the TMC and the Forces of Freedom and Change, a coalition of opposition groups, led to signing of a power-sharing agreement in August 2019. This agreement set the framework for a 39-month transitional period, during which a civilian-led government would steer the country towards the democratic elections. However, the transition has not been without challenges. Disagreements and power struggles between the civilians and military factions have delayed progress, hindering the implementation of key reforms and raising concerns about the future stability of Sudan. With all this chaos and a shattering state, how is Sudan doing on the other fronts? Well, economically, Sudan has faced significant challenges. The loss of oil revenues from South Sudan, coupled with mismanagement and corruption, has resulted in an economic downturn. Inflation rates have soared, prices of basic commodities have risen, and unemployment has surged. This has left many Sudanese citizens grappling with poverty and limited economic opportunities. Moreover, the humanitarian impact cannot be ignored. The Sudan crisis has resulted in widespread displacement, internal conflicts, and a severe humanitarian crisis. Countless Sudanese citizens have been uprooted from their homes, seeking refuge within Sudan or in neighboring countries. This has placed an enormous strain on humanitarian organizations and host communities who struggle to provide essential services such as food, water, and healthcare.
Right now, for a lot of people, it's a period of confusion. It's a period of uncertainty about what's going to happen in the next few minutes, the next few hours, the next few days. And it's a period of war, and they have nowhere to turn to.
Furthermore, the crisis in Sudan has had regional implications. Sudan shares borders with several countries, including South Sudan, Ethiopia, Eritrea, and Libya. Instability in Sudan has the potential to spill over neighboring countries, exacerbating existing conflicts and creating challenges for regional security and stability. Therefore, finding a sustainable solution to the Sudan crisis is not only crucial for the well-being of Sudanese people, but also for promoting peace and stability in the wider region. Now that we know about all aspects of the Sudanese crisis, the question stands: what's happening now? Well, while the Sudan crisis presents numerous challenges, there is hope for a path towards stability and progress. The people of Sudan have shown remarkable resilience and a desire for positive change. Efforts to address the crisis are underway, with Sudan's transitional government working towards political and economic reforms. The international community has also played a crucial role, providing support and assistance in various forms, including financial aid, peacekeeping missions, and diplomatic engagement. However, it is important to acknowledge that achieving lasting stability in Sudan will require sustained commitment and collaboration. Addressing the root causes of the crisis, promoting inclusive governance, and fostering economic development are key components of a comprehensive solution. It is heartening to see the global community rally around Sudan, recognizing the urgency and importance of resolving the crisis. The goal is to re-establish peace and let the beautiful nation breathe violence-free air. While the national and international units are doing their best to achieve this goal, there is something you can do to help us reach our goal. Our goal to get more curious minds added to our Volt of Vokes family. How? Well, you know the drill. Subscribe to our channel, like our videos, and share them with fellow enthusiasts. Until we meet next, stay curious, stay awesome. Volt of Vokes signing off.